The 60th minute in Atlanta. Mustafa Zico has just dinked the ball over Emiliano Martinez, one of the great World Cup counter-attack goals. Egypt are surely through to a quarter-final, and then the screen says VAR, goal disallowed. And 30 minutes later, Argentina had won a game they were losing for almost the entire afternoon. Again. So today we're asking the question half the planet typed into Google this morning. Can Argentina win the 2026 World Cup? Or does the Great Escape Act finally die on Saturday night against the one team built to kill it? Let's go! Quick recap for anyone just arriving, and if you want the full trial of the Atlanta controversy, the VAR call, the penalty shout, all the evidence from both sides, that's yesterday's video, link pinned below. Here's the short version. Egypt, in Salah's final World Cup, led the champions 2-0 with 12 minutes left, after a Zico wonder goal was disallowed for a marginal foul and an almost identical one stood. Then Argentina did the thing only Argentina does. Romero from a Messi cross. Messi, off the underside of the bar, his 21st World Cup goal. Enzo, in stoppage time, seconds after Egypt screamed for a penalty that never came. 3-2. Egypt's coach called it an injustice. Messi called it destiny with his tears. But here's what nobody is saying out loud. That wasn't a one-off. That was the second time in 5 days the world champions were clinically dead. And there's a team waiting on Saturday built precisely to make sure there's no third resurrection. Subscribe to Pitchside FC for a fresh debate every morning. Right, the pattern, round of 32. Cape Verde, 500,000 people, take the champions to the 111th minute, level at 2-2. Penalties seconds away, before an own goal off a Messi corner saves them. 120 exhausting minutes in Miami humidity. Then, on 4 days rest, round of 16, 2-0 down to Egypt with 12 minutes left. That's 2 near-death experiences in 5 days of football against nations ranked nowhere near them. And look under the hood. The side that started in Atlanta was the second oldest 11 Argentina have ever named at a World Cup. Slow starts in back-to-back knockout games. Cramps in the heat, both matches. Messi on 8 goals and the outright golden boot lead over Mbappe and Haaland. Yes, but also 2 missed penalties this tournament, 4 of his last 8 at World Cups. And every rescue is asking one more sprint of a squad running on fumes. The Escape Act is thrilling. It is also a warning. And before you say champions always survive these scares, remember what we've already watched this month. Brazil dominated Norway on every metric and went home. Portugal dominated the shot count in Dallas and went home. Mexico had never lost a World Cup match at the Azteca until they did. This tournament has spent 3 weeks executing teams that thought history protected them. Argentina are running the same experiment, twice a week, and calling it destiny. So let's answer it directly, the question everyone is searching. Can Argentina win the 2026 World Cup? Honestly, yes, absolutely. No team left has more big game DNA. They have the tournament's top scorer in Messi, the reigning crown, and a proven, repeated habit of surviving the unsurvivable. If they reach the semi-finals, nobody will want them. But the follow-up matters just as much, if you trust them to. Because teams that keep living on the edge eventually meet the opponent that doesn't blink. And who will win the 2026 World Cup? Right now, the models board reads Spain and France first. The two machines, Spain with 6 straight clean sheets, France winning ugly every round. Argentina sit just behind, England lurking with Kane and Bellingham, and Norway carrying the tournament's scariest weapon. But here's the thing about machines. They've never had what Argentina has, and nobody has ever managed to price it, belief. Which brings us to Saturday night, because the next opponent is, on paper, the single worst matchup for a slow-starting team in world football. Now, the team the title is about, Switzerland. And I want you to understand exactly why they're the wrong opponent. Because it's not about star power, it's about design. Unbeaten in 10 under Murat Yakin. 2 goals conceded in 6 matches all tournament. 0 conceded in the knockout phase. They beat Algeria 2-0, Embolo inside 10 minutes, Ndoye straight after half-time. Job done. Then Colombia, a side that hadn't lost a single game in 90 minutes at this World Cup. And Switzerland simply outlasted them. 120 scoreless minutes. Lukumi off the crossbar was as close as Colombia ever came. And when it went to penalties, the Swiss buried 4 without a flicker. Xhaka into the top corner setting the tone, Ruben Vargas ending it ice-cold, while Davinson Sanchez cracked the bar. Here's how that design attacks Argentina's exact weaknesses. Weakness 1, slow starts. Switzerland don't need to chase games, so they'll happily sit through a slow Argentine start and give nothing back. And remember, you cannot go 2-0 down to this team, because this team has literally never been 2 goals down all tournament. Weakness 2, tired legs. Argentina have played 210 minutes plus stoppage across 2 brutal escapes, the second oldest starting 11 in their World Cup history, cramping in both matches. Switzerland's whole game is making you run without reward. An hour of sterile possession is a Swiss victory condition. And weakness 3, the spot. If this drags to penalties, one team just went 4 for 4 in a shootout, and the other's superstar has missed 2 penalties this month. That's not an opinion, that's arithmetic. There's another layer to this that makes Saturday feel even bigger. Tournament football isn't only about who creates more chances, it's about who controls the emotional temperature of the game. Argentina have spent 2 straight knockout rounds playing with fire, feeding off chaos, feeding off momentum, waiting for one magical moment to flip everything. Switzerland are the exact opposite. They slow matches down. They drain the emotion out of them. They force every attack to become patient, every pass to become deliberate, every mistake to matter twice as much. And that matters, because the longer this stays level, the more pressure shifts onto the champions. Every missed chance brings back memories of Cape Verde. Every blocked shot reminds them of Atlanta. Every passing minute asks the same uncomfortable question. Is this finally the day the comeback never arrives? That's why this isn't just another quarterfinal. It's a collision between the tournament's greatest escape artists and the one team whose entire identity is built on making sure there is no escape. So is it hopeless for the champions? No. And here's exactly what has to change. 3 things. 1. Start fast. For the first time this knockout phase, Argentina scored inside half an hour against both Cape Verde and Egypt when they pressed early. The problem has been the hour after. An early goal flips the entire Swiss design because Switzerland chasing a game is a team playing left-handed. 2. Fresh legs from minute 1. Scaloni's substitutes have decided both escapes. Enzo's winner came on a counter driven by the bench's energy, so start the energy instead of saving it. And 3. Whatever happens, do not let it reach the 120th minute. Every extra minute is Swiss territory. The champion's best version wins this comfortably. The version we've watched for 2 weeks? That version goes home Saturday. So, tonight's verdict. And it's a double. Question 1. Atlanta. If you say robbed, you've got the marginal VAR call, the identical goal that stood, the penalty shout 10 seconds before the winner, and a coach saying injustice out loud. If you say ruthless, you've got the letter of the law, a judgment call in a crowded box, and 11 minutes of the coldest finishing this World Cup has seen. Question 2. Hand on heart. Can Argentina keep getting away with this all the way to July 19th? Or does the Great Escape Act finally run out, starting Saturday, against the one team in this bracket that never, ever blinks? Pick a side. Both questions. Comments. Now. Best takes get pinned, and tomorrow morning I'm reading the best arguments from both sides on this channel. And if you want the France-Morocco revenge game broken down the second it ends tonight, subscribe to Pitchside FC and turn on notifications. Daily World Cup debates all the way to the final. Pitchside FC. Pick a side.